Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this update. Thank you for your patience with me in getting this update out. I know it's been a couple months and it's a lot has just happened since the last time I sent an update. But there's a lot of good news now that time has gone and we're at the end of January. So thank you for your support and for your prayers through all that. In December, for our family life, we had our godkids with us. If you recall, they had just came around November time, and we managed as best as possible to take care of them, and it was going great. We knew that our kids, our twins, could get sick just with them going to school and bringing home germs, and we really tried our best to keep them separate. And unfortunately, what happened was, well, we all got sick. That was one of the reasons I couldn't get an update out in December was everyone kind of systematically got sick. And for a long time, I was the only one who didn't get sick. But with my wife down, with Danae was sick, and I was doing the duty for taking care of the kids as they were sick and taking care of my wife. And then, interestingly enough, I was the last one to get sick. So then that prolonged me from not doing anything even longer. Thankfully, during that time on base, there was winter break, which they call winter exodus, where a lot of the sailors go home. So thankfully, I wasn't missing a lot of things on the main side of the base. The boot camp side still kept going on, however, but we had volunteers that take care of that while I was sick and while the kids were sick. Unfortunately, what happened was at the beginning of this year, the first 2 weeks of January, Hosanna, our daughter, the one who's had all of the heart's surgeries and everything, what got sick with RSV. Well, technically, both Hosanna and Harmony got RSV. And RSV is just a very serious virus, upper respiratory type infection that dramatically affects infants, like babies, and also older people, but it's especially hard on babies if they were newborn, which both of our daughters were, and especially if they have compromised immune systems, which Hosanna has, and especially if they have complications with their heart, which Hosanna had. So, having everything that would make RSV worse, Hosanna actually was admitted into the hospital. We took him to the pediatrician. They took him immediately to the ER. Thank God that Harmony was well enough to not have to be hospitalized, but Hosanna was taken to the Children's Hospital here in Park Ridge, and which is sister hospital to the one that she had her heart surgeries in. They took excellent care of her. She was there a couple days before they moved her into ICU, and it was pretty scary. We were reliving a lot of the things that we had gone through when she was born, and the things that were happening with her heart, and we sort of were thinking, oh, we got to go through this again. And she was there for almost 2 weeks, and intensive care most of the time. And Danae and I traded days staying there. I would stay 2 nights at the hospital and then come back home, and Danae would stay one night there, and we'd kind of traded off that way the whole time so that we could get rest and also be with the other daughter. Unfortunately, during that time, also we had told our friends, the Medlocks, our godchildren's family, that because of that, that was sort of the stipulation, the boundary in a sense, that if our daughters ever got too sick, knowing that they're still vulnerable, that we wouldn't be able to take care of their kids. So we took the kids back to their parents, and if you can keep them in your prayers, they're still figuring out what their living situation is going to be. As a matter of fact, just this past week, actually just a couple days ago, Friday, they they got their stuff together and went back down to Peoria where they were originally, right before coming back up here, and they're still trying to figure out new job situation, new place to live, and trying to get available resources down there as well. So if you can keep the Medlock family in your prayers, and if you remember, that's Melody was our first foster daughter, who is now our goddaughter, and her siblings too as well. So if you can keep them in your prayers, that they'll be able to find stability. And during that time, we told them we couldn't do that anymore, and we were going to the hospital. Hosanna, thank God, was able to get better. She got worse before she got better, as actually explained to us how RSV kind of hit harder later in the sickness, and it's exactly what happened. And she had excellent care, and now we're all home, and thank God that they're healthy, they're happy, they're getting all of their teeth. So it's interesting that they're also teething right now. They each have 12. They're all getting their Hosanna and Harmony are getting the same teeth in at the same time ever since their first tooth. So they both have 12 teeth, the exact same teeth in the same order they came in, which is interesting in itself. So they're challenging themselves with that, but they're growing and they're happy. So thank you for your prayers for them, for your health, for us. Danae called it like a little bit of a false start to the new year. But now we're finally starting the new year. So December and January were just kind of interesting for us in our home, but we're looking forward to what this year brings. On the ministry side of things, again, the sailors thankfully had a winter break, so there wasn't too much missed in that regard. But now they're back, and surprisingly, this year has been probably the best year that we've seen start since as long as I've been doing the ministry, over 10, 12 years now, in one shape or form. Normally, when the winter exodus happens and everyone kind of goes to their duty stations, that's the time a lot of people leave Great Lakes permanently. The ones who come back tend to, take that break and come back and not really be involved as much. And this year is the first time that I can remember that January immediately kicked off with the attendance numbers that we had prior to the Exodus. So Friday night ministries that we're doing, connection on the main side. I mean, just this past Friday we had 20 sailors. A good showing is 10. Again, we don't want it to be too big, so that we could be, answer more questions and be more, in the moments with those sailors that are there. But we this is the long time. It's been a long time since we've had 20 sailors come, and so it's been exciting to see. And then our Sunday morning study also as well, right off the bat, has had about 10. When normally, we start back the new year and there's like three, if that, and we have to get word of mouth out. So thank you all for your prayers for this ministry. This is again the first time that I've seen January start off so strong, and it's continuing to seem to grow. And with everything that we're doing. And if you remember, before the end of the year, we started a women's study too, as well. And that's already going strong too, separately on Tuesday evenings. So everything has been really great. And we're very excited about that. The boot camp side is still going very well. We have some volunteers that are teaching and helping with handing out materials and things. And we're getting more volunteers that are asking to be involved. And one of the things that's also good news for us is we have new staff members coming on board. Joe and Kimmy Emery are new missionaries with Crew Military. They've been fundraising or support raising for an amount of time now, I think about almost a year. And they're soon going to be able to start officially doing ministry here, because with Crew, our organization, if you're not aware, as missionaries, we must raise our support and complete the support raising prior to actually starting our ministry. And they're almost at the end. So we're about to have two extra people on board, and they're a great couple. They have a heart for the sailors, and we're looking forward to that. So one of the things I would ask if you can keep us in prayer with on that side, on the ministry side, is continuing to get stability, figuring out what this is going to look like with new staff members and going forward, that we could just be better organized and better able to equip one another to do what we need to do to assist the chaplains at Great Lakes and to assist the sailors in all their needs here at Great Lakes. And we love the chaplains. We have a great relationship with them, and that has been going smooth. Another thing to pray about is I'm hoping to begin reaching out to Fort Sheridan is close to Naval Station Great Lakes, which is a small Army population, and being able to reach out to them and start ministry over there as well. We're looking forward to that. And just for our family life, if you guys pray for just health for us, that's been the big thing. And that our girls can continue to grow and be strong, that we could take precautions as best as possible to keep them healthy. And again, if you could just pray for the Medlocks as they find stability down in Peoria, Illinois. And with that, I just wanted to give a quick update and apology again. Thank you for your patience. That it's been a while since I've sent an update, and every time I think I'm gonna do it, everything pops up, and we get busy and distracted, or sick, or something else happens. And um, just thank you again for your continued support and prayers, and looking forward to this new year. Thank you. I hope you are doing well and yourselves. If I haven't reached out to you or heard from you lately, then just know that I'm praying for all of you too as well. I'm very grateful for you all as well as Danae. And just thank you for your support.